Welcome to the Small Scape, and welcome to the first of probably a couple videos brought to you by the great state of Colorado. More on this tank in just a little bit. There were a number of fish and tanks that I saw at this fish store in Boulder, Colorado, which I've always wanted to visit. This was Aqua Imports. If I did that incorrectly, I will fix it on the screen. But this first fish, I was very excited to get some footage because this is the blue axelrodii. It's a very small rasbora. It's otherwise known as the neon blue rasbora. And as you can see, I don't know if you think so or not, I do. I think this is a miniature version of the green neon. It has very similar colors from blue, green, and purple. It's just slightly smaller. The only problem is that they're very fragile. So we have not been able to keep them, although I think our pH is just a little bit too high. That temperatures are usually like mid 70s or so, which would probably be fine for us. But this tank brings me to the next fish and the specific tank. Does anybody know what size tank this is? This is a 20 extra tall, which is basically two 10s stacked on top of each other. The dimensions are so cool. I don't know if I would have considered this tank before, but seeing it in person, especially with this fish, these are some must-have fish that I have seen at this one single fish store. This is the Checkerboard cichlid. And we had these once, and ever since we had them, I want them again. I want them in my tank. They are such an unusual cichlid, and hopefully these fishes I'm bringing you today give you some ideas. We always get lots of stocking questions, especially for a 20 gallon or a 10 gallon. These fish are so cool. They do kind of stay kind of along the bottom, so that's why I kind of like this tank size for them. They would bring a lot of interest towards the bottom. I really do like them with that darker driftwood. Personally, I would totally match them up, but just totally a very cool and slightly unusual cichlid if you do want to branch into the cichlids. This next one is a tetra, and if you like the twitchy tetra sort of kind of behavior, I do. This is a kind of a option, slightly more muted than the lemon tetra, kind of similar to the Pristella tetra. This is the kitty tetra, which is kind of a fun little name, kind of cute. I love the patterning on the tail. They do get like a muted gold color. I think it's just a fun option for those of us who do like tetra and want something a little bit different. Now, another fun little fish that I frequently forget to recommend, but a lot of people do like these, and there's going to be another one, a very similar one coming up. So let me know if you knew that they were in fact two different ones, or if you could tell them apart. This is the Espei rasbora, and it's usually confused with the Glowlight rasbora, which you're going to see in a little bit. These tend to have more of like a kind of like a pinkish body versus the next one. Well, you'll see those in just a little bit. But before we get to that, this is a pencil fish, which I am now highly recommending. We have the Beckford's red pencil fish in the last tank that I set up at 20 long, but this is the Dwarf pencil fish, and it doesn't have as much red as our Beckford's does. But I think this is an underrated fish, even for a nano tank. Love the pencil fish. They have a unique kind of little behavior, just the way they kind of move through the water. And the fun thing with pencil fish, which I learned this last time, somebody commented on my video, but with the pencil fish, their coloration do tend to change either at night or even right when you turn the lights on. Their coloring is slightly different, which is an extra kind of fun thing to have in a fish. But these, I just love their long, skinny body, and they're quite different and fun to kind of combine in other peaceful community tanks. So here's the other rasbora that's similarly kind of colored and usually confused with the Espei rasbora, except this one is the Glowlight rasbora, which kind of has I would say a little bit plainer colored body, a little less color on the body, but then it also has that orange kind of neon color like kind of a glowing orange above that little lamb chop, little shaped black mark on the side of the body. The last fish I'm going to bring you from this fish store is the bleeding blue tetra, and this is a really cool tetra. I love tetras, like I said before, and this gives kind of a subtle blue color, although having a darker background and substrate would definitely bring out the color in this fish. But it's definitely an option for somebody who's looking for something slightly different, and maybe you're looking for a little bit of a blue color. Love it as an option. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a very short video, but I'm anxious to bring you more fun things that we saw from the great state of Colorado. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.